It's the Odyssey podcast. I'm having a bit of technical difficulties, but we're going to figure it out. Hello. Welcome to the Odyssey podcast. Hold on, guys. Let me pause that up for a minute. Welcome back to the Odyssey podcast. Of course, with your girl Word, we are back in the building. I want to give a special thank you to all of my subscribers, my bushwashers, my replay gang. You guys have always been supporting, always keeping me in the algorithm. I appreciate you guys so very much. I want to give a special thank you to my moderators. I can't do it without my moderators. My moderators definitely keep me on my toes. They're always interactive, even leaving me comments. I appreciate you guys so very much. The first lady, OG, is doing a little things. Normally she'll be in the building. She may pop in, who knows? But you already know. Life be life and sometimes, guys. But most definitely, um, just know, just go over and subscribe to the first lady is Hollis Voice, right? So first lady, OG is Hollis Voice, and I believe that's on all the networks, like we told you before, Bigo. I really like it when she's here because she gives you such an in-depth detail of everything. But you guys already know that she's coming to YouTube. And for those of you that have been with us since the beginning, you know it's something mandatory that we tell you guys where to go, where you can find First Lady OG, even Marta the Smarter. I've been slipping up. Guys, please check out Marta the Smarter. She's here on YouTube. If you guys are looking for just people as coming in as new content creators, she can definitely assist you with that. She does do virtual assist. She also shows you how to get work from home. So for those of you who are interested in just new endeavors, Marta the Smarter is definitely where you need to be. And she normally goes live at 10:01, and she's on the biggest fair also. If you guys are on Bigo, Instagram, TikTok, she's also on all the social media websites. So just check her out, and I'm telling you won't regret it. With that being said, guys, I told you guys I will come into the building. I am back. It is a bit early for me because normally I do like the evening time. So it is a bit early, but I'm like, let me jump in where I can jump in at and where I have the time. So here I am. I hope everybody, wherever you guys are, I know it's a bit gloomy. Where I'm at is a bit gloomy. Hold on, let me see. My computer doing some funniness. It's a bit gloomy. the weather is not too cold, so that's a kind of a B plus, let's say, right? Neither here or there, guys. It's been a lot going on. When I left you guys last, we were forgive me, I got my window open, so I got a whole bunch of listen, y'all. I'm in New York City, but neither here or there. We were discussing Lamisha, and she was allegedly one of Diddy's victims. That allegedly came out by the way of another content creator by the name of Lionel B. As you guys know, I put my opinions on what I thought as far as listening to the interview. I did feel that I think I'm about to, oh my God, that's somebody car, y'all. That's somebody car. Don't pay attention to the background. That's somebody car out there, man. Listen, I'm about to have to close my window. I just like looking at the trees, and I like this like really nice outside right now. But neither here or there. I did discuss with you guys like that whole feeling of listening to her interview and me feeling personally that what she was saying that took place with her from the ages that it took place with her with that it was kind of like unbelievable. Um, it was a lot of things that was a little bit far fetched. And like I said, it has to all do with the age in which she said these things occurred. She has since came to recant her story on who she originally said she was based on the pictures that she provided. Like I said, the pictures that were provided were pictures that were already circulating the internet. If you were of a person that you stated that you was the female allegedly in the D&G shirt, it would be no reason for you to submit a picture with your face blurred out. Like I said, the picture's been circulating the internet. Now she's stating that she is the female that's on the table. And at that time, she was 13 on that table with the same picture that's been circulating. Also, like I told you guys previous before, I have it on my thumbnail. Now, I know you guys are familiar with Jaguar. I follow Jaguar quite a bit. Um, a lot of people don't like Jaguar. A lot of people say that Jaguar, right, is lying. She has had a lot come against her, not for nothing. For me personally, a lot of what Jaguar right has said has came into fruition. Hello, hello, good afternoon, Sonia. I'm so happy to see you. That same girl talking about Jay-Z. Well, let me tell you, no, she's actually not. The craziest thing about it is I'm gonna jump into it right now, Sonia. It's gotten real wild. But Lamisha, she's still going on and she's stating that now allegedly is another picture, like I said, that has been circulating through the media. And she's stating that she's the young lady in the photo that's on the table. Um, I don't believe it. I'll be so real. I don't believe it. Now, fast forward. Now, Jay Z is named in the lawsuit. So now, Anthony G. Bugsby is the lawyer who is representing all of the victims that have been victimized by Diddy. And now Jay Z has filed in the Diddy civil suits that are against Diddy because now Anthony G. Bugsby, is now claiming that he has a 13-year-old Jane Doe that states that she was essayed by Diddy and Jay Z while another celebrity watched. However, it gets really deep because when you listen to what it states that took place, she states that she was outside of this VMA. It was the during the VMA Awards, if I'm not mistaken. It was a lot of celebrities and whatnot, and she was going around to like limousines and whatnot. And I guess she came across a limousine that was connected to a person that was Diddy's driver or whatever have you. And the man told her, "Well, I can't get you into the awards, but I'll be able to get you into the after party. Just stick around." She did. Ooh, sorry guys. Ooh, sorry guys. No, give me 1 second, guys. My bad, guys. So basically, she stated that she ended up waiting around and she seen the same guy and he then escorted her to after party. She said when she arrived, she described like it was a big white house with U-shaped gates. She went into the home, whatever have you. She was told that she had to give up or sign something. Well, let me make it right. She had to sign some paperwork or whatever. She signed whatever they gave her, and from that, the process went on. I'm just basically going real quick to get straight to the point. She stated that she was essayed alongside being drugged. One of the drugs that was used on her, which was GHB. If we're familiar with GHB, which is something that I want to let you guys know. So now, if we're thinking about it based on so yeah, it First Lady OG, I'm so sorry guys. Like forgive me about this. I'm literally getting text messages in the middle. But I just want to give you guys a briefing of what GHB is. And she's saying that this drug is basically what was administered to her. And mind you, her being 13 years old. Um So we're gonna just go in to give you guys a little bit of what it is, so why it sound the story that was put out there with this 13 years old, and she's not named, but Jay-Z as of right now has put out and filed against it, and he wants the alleged at that time 13-year-old that now obviously is a grown woman to now be able to be revealed. He does feel like he's being extorted. I will go into that and also read something that was also put out there. GHB is a party drug that produces feelings of euphoria, confidence, relaxation, and sociability. The side effects of GHB can include drowsiness, vomiting, mood swings, dependency, as well as more serious symptoms of unconsciousness and respiratory collapse, leading to coma or an extreme cause of death. The risk of overdose increases when GHB is combined with other drugs such as alcohol and benzopen or opioids. GHB is often known as a liquid ecstasy or blue nitro. GHB is usually swallowed or sometimes injected or inserted anally. Now, what people also need to know about GHB alongside like a lot of these drugs is being administered in the medical field, but it's being administered in a way that is not going to be, I mean, to me is deadly any way you put it, but they know how to administer low dosage from for what the body can take. This 13-year-old stated that she was under this particular drug. She stated she could remember being essayed by, like I said, Jay Z allegedly and Diddy while another celebrity watched. Um, she speaks and says that through all of that, she was able to make it out. She hit, I guess, Diddy in the neck and was able to get away. And when she got away, she was able to call her father and tell her father what happened to her. Her father comes and gets her. Like the whole entire story for me, that was, I mean, I'm not going to say that this attorney is not a legit attorney based on the other lawsuits that he may be covering when it comes down to Diddy. But with this particular lawsuit, with this particular woman, this Jane Doe, this story just sounds way too far fetched because, if anything, you're definitely disoriented. Okay, it puts you in such a disoriented state of mind, especially being 13 and that being put into a 13-year-old body at that age. You know, young people with certain drugs or anything has different side effects. You get what I'm saying? And then having three men, it will say it's three men but being sexually assaulted by two, then being able, from her words, what was put into the affidavits, that she hit Diddy in the neck, and that's where she was able to get away. I mean, it just sounds so crazy. I'm going to tell you guys this much. I feel like I'm not going to negate the fact that Jay-Z may have had involvements in inappropriate behaviors, and maybe hadn't been involved in inappropriate things when it came down to him and Diddy. I'm not going to deny that part. But what I'm saying is, what is now being pushed with certain lawsuits that's being filed, I cannot sit here and agree with. I mean, you're going to hold the person accountable for the crimes in which they have committed and the evidence that's produced to prove what they have committed. You're not going to sit there and hold somebody accountable when you know, listening, just by listening to what a person is telling you as far as their story goes, and like, the story doesn't need so much extra, and this is, in my opinion, what I can see. Now, I do think that this may be a win when it comes down to the Diddy side of it, just because Anthony G. Bugsby is representing this 13-year-old that's alleging all these things that took place, right? Alongside him, also representing the 120 other assault victims that has been assaulted allegedly by Diddy. Now, Jay-Z being able to win, which, not for nothing, based on the affidavits and everything, I don't see how Jay-Z can't get himself out of this, because, I mean, a blind man could see that this is totally not true. And I'm going to say it again. It's not to say that he was not involved in other shit, but this particular situation, this is definitely going to set this whole thing on a whole nother atmosphere when it comes down to Diddy. And it may even give Diddy a chance to walk if you look at it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm going to continue to follow everything, but I will say this. With Diddy putting in motion for the Jane Doe to now expose who she is, because he's stating it's extortion. He's stating he had no contact with this young lady at no point in time. Anthony G. Bugsby is standing 10 toes down when it comes down to this filing. Um, and he's stating he has other evidence. I mean, we only can wait and see. I don't think with this particular lawsuit that they have a standing chance. It's a lot that doesn't add up, as well as with this young lady Lamisha. I think that is some type of sabotage going on. I don't know who sent them out, but somebody, somehow, something is going on. And if you ask me, I think it's definitely being is being done to be able to assist Diddy to get out. I honestly feel that way, because the stories that's now being pushed and the stories that's coming out right now, and it's not valid. It just, like, a lot of what's being said, it's a lot of contradictions. And like I said, if you read what took place from what she stated took place, I can't believe that they would have still allowed her to still be here. Okay? I don't even see her getting away if all of this took place, and especially being drugged, and she was able to put on her clothes. Like, she had so much detail, when we already know that it's too much of other victims that explained, like, they woke up to not knowing what took place. They only could explain from the moment that they probably took the sip and that woozy feeling, and from that next moment not really being able to, like, remember timing, days, moments, because they were so drugged up at that point. So you, at 13 years old, you went through all of this traumatic experience and was able to get away. You was not disoriented. You were able to put on your clothes. You were able to make the phone call. And matter of fact, let's make it better. You were able to stop somebody, ask somebody for help. They gave you a phone to make the phone call. You called your father. You told your daddy what happened. Your daddy came and picked you up. Now, we 20 something years later, this happened when you were 13. You're able to remember even when you got to the place, the way it looked from when you got into the place, and what they told you had to do from when you did take the drink that was given to you to when you felt disoriented and you were being sexually assaulted by both Jay-Z and Diddy with a third celebrity, but the third celebrity is not named. Okay, third celebrity is not named, but this is what's happening now when it comes down to this whole thing. Now, like I said, Jay Z is fighting back. Jay Z has definitely filed. He also states that it is bringing a lot of emotional trauma when it comes down to his children. He does have a 13-year-old daughter, as we know, Blue Ivy. And Blue Ivy has friends, and at 13 you are in the social media atmosphere, so I'm sure Blue Ivy is hearing what her father is being accused of, and him feeling like now he has to sit down and explain to his daughter that he never essayed anyone and he was not involved in that. And I'll be real with you guys, like, I can't stand 10 toes down and accuse Jay-Z of as saying this 13-year-old girl based on what is said in this affidavit. It's just like so much things does not make sense. It's not adding up. And it boils down to, I understand that people are out here on a money grab, but it affects everybody else that truly went through the experience of being violated emotionally, mentally, physically. Like, this really truly affects the rest that are fighting for their justice. And so to have these people come out here knowing that they did not experience the things that they're saying, but they're trying to see where they could fit in to get money, it's crazy to me. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think Jay Z literally, I don't think he's a good person, right? But not because I feel like you're not a good person, do I feel like you should be held accountable for something that you didn't do. Okay? I don't think that that's okay. I definitely think that's wrong. Should he be held accountable for the acts in which he was involved in? Okay. If we take it back to, okay, when he was dealing with Aaliyah, if we take it back to when he was dealing with Foxy Brown, and okay, now I could understand that part, but when people are just out here just trying to get in, like I said, for the money grab, you're really taken away from the real victims. Then you have some content creators that, like, you're that money hungry that you're going to listen to a story and be willing to do an interview with a person, and to yourself that this individual cannot back up with evidence what they're saying. They're not bringing you no receipts. Right now, what has been put out there is just hearsay. It is no legit evidence that Jay-Z had any partake when it came down to this alleged sexual assault that took place after the VMA Awards. It is no evidence put out there. It's only word of mouth from what allegedly this victim, at the time she's stating she was 13, is saying. I mean, this shit is unreal. Hey, Teresa. Hey, I miss you, girl. I miss you. How you doing, baby? You already know I had to drop in because it's been so much going on. But when this Jay-Z thing hit, I was like, listen, I gotta put in my third cents because I feel like it is so much that's being thrown at us, and a lot of us is not taking the time to really delegate what we're hearing. You know what I mean? But like I said, when I think about it, with this whole Jay-Z situation, I do feel like this is actually going to be a win. It's going to be a win for Diddy, believe it or not. Because with having, and currently right now, we have three people, three women that's out here that have put out, in my opinion, I believe they have put out false stories. These false stories has been picked up. Now, Lamishas have not, and I told you guys, I spoke about this woman before. The reason why Lamisha's story was never picked up or a lawyer never wanted to touch it is because even the lawyers knew from just listening to the story that was given that she was lying off the bat. And like I said, when you look at what was filed with this woman at the time of her being 13 years old, it's a lot that does not add up. And so it may play a good part in helping Diddy's attorney get a win. Get a win. I won't lie. You know what I'm saying? And so when you look at it right now, Jay-Z has filed under Diddy's lawsuit. Why? Because it's all under the same lawyer, Anthony G. Bugsby. Now, Anthony G. Bugsby, I'll be honest with you. Like I said, he's known to be like a good attorney or whatever have you. I really don't know. I'll dig a little bit deeper on him. However, with this particular situation, this would be a case that I would have never picked up. If I was the attorney of the victims of Diddy, and this woman comes in and she gives me the story that she gives me, and she tells me that this took place when I was 13 years old, and I actually legitimately listened to the story. I mean, even the type out, even during the process of the type out, I mean, you weren't reading it to really comprehend, like none of this truly makes sense. You didn't even ask yourself questions like, okay, if you were intoxicated under this particular drug, and if this particular drug causes these particular symptoms, how is it feasible for you right now to be able to even tell me verbatim what took place? And like I said, with the other victims, they're telling you they don't even know how long they was there, wherever they were when they was at a Diddy party. You didn't even know how long you was at a Diddy party because you were so drugged up. The drug makes you feel so euphoric. You would think, oh shit, I'm here for a couple of hours. Mind you, you've been rolling for days. You've been rolling for days. But I say this to say, like I was saying when it came down to Lamisha Fuller, here we go with another situation where it truly affects the real victims. It really affects the victims that's really trying to get justice for the things that they went through because of the pain that they have to endure, and probably multiple times they're having to sit to talk to a therapist. Like, what are we talking about here, people? And you got these these people that are so money hungry. And because you have the position or the platform and you're only thinking about getting a dollar, you're willing to put anything out there, not realizing that is sabotaging someone else's situation. And Jay-Z, he is going to beat this shit. He's gonna beat this shit. He is going to beat this shit. Now, is it other shit that's going on with Jay-Z? Yes, I'm gonna bring you guys some other shit that's going on with Jay-Z that I definitely don't agree with. If you guys don't know, Jay-Z has other children besides the children that he has with Beyonce. He has a child that he made with a Trinidadian model, and he's always taking care of that child. It's a girl. Her name is Lakeisha. If I'm not, well, I'll get her full name and I'll give you guys the breakdown. But he's always taking care of that child, and that child always stood under radar because of him taking care of that child or whatnot. He also has a son. Okay. And this shit, it goes so deep in what he did that was so wrong. We gonna talk on that. But like I said, we ain't gonna sit here and do no foul shit and put something on somebody that they didn't do. Like, I feel like a person needs to go down for the shit that they did do, and allow the people that really suffered and went through all this pain to get their just due. But when you have people, like I said, like Lamisha Fuller, Adria English, this other lawsuit with this Jane Doe will soon, this alleged woman that is now a woman, but she said she was essayed at 13. You are going to eventually have to expose who you are, right? And I'm telling you, this shit is about to be crazy, but it is going to help Diddy. It is going to help Diddy. I'm telling you right now, I hope he has real evidence and his research, but why Jay want to know her name if he didn't do it? I'm gonna tell you the truth, right? For me personally, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because it's some type of guilt there. Now, it's not to say that, like I said before, it's not to say he wasn't involved in dealing with an underage girl. The question for him is, which underage girl? Who? Right? So even with him wanting to know, is because obviously, yeah, you had to been involved with some type of inappropriate behavior. But now to have her disclose who she is now for him to be able to get an ideal of what he's dealing with, right? Because let me tell you something. He who knows how many of his victims he probably paid off. Let's make this clear. Jay-Z is an FBI informant. Okay? He is an informant. Okay? So Jay-Z knew this shit was gonna hit with Diddy before it even hit. This is the shit. Like, when I tell you, that's why this shit goes real deep. But I'm gonna tell you something, Sonia. It's not because he didn't have no involvement with no underage females. It's just that he needs to know so then he can basically eliminate what he has to eliminate during the process of it all. But like I said, based on this person that came out with this particular lawsuit and what's being put in there, it is too much holes in the it's too much holes in the story. Too much holes that you could puncture right through. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Correct. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's a lot to come out. I just think that this may be the beginning of what's yet to come out when it comes down to Jay-Z. Don't get me wrong. It may, but just keep in mind he is an informer. Jay-Z's been an informant for a long time. Believe that or not. I'm gonna just say allegedly right now for the YouTube streets and for YouTube. And so Jay-Z don't come after me with no paperwork. I'm a little fish. But Jay-Z is an informant. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he knew what was going to hit before it hit. And it was, and listen, it's so crazy. Shout out to all the content creators that do their research. It's a young lady, Savage Royalty. She's definitely here on YouTube and she's on Bigo. And she's definitely an awesome journalist because she actually gets the in-depth paperwork and shows you the paperwork and actually reads from the actual redactions and all of that from the courts itself, giving you a breakdown of what is actually going on. Okay. And so, yeah, let me tell y'all what Jay-Z people's put in. Because remember what I said to you guys, Jay-Z filed. He's definitely not playing no games. He is standing 10 toes down. And I know why too. You know what I mean? But I'm going to just read you guys a piece of what's in there that he filed. So it says plaintiff John Doe is the victim of a scheme by defendant Anthony G. Busby and firm The Busby law firm, collectively Busby or defendant, who are shamelessly attempting to extort sums from him or else public file wildly false, horrific allegations against him. Defendants have threatened to unleash entirely fabricated and malicious allegations. SA, which is really they put sexual assault, including multiple instances of rape of a minor, both male and female, against plaintiff if he refuses to comply with their demands. These baseless accusations are more of a weapon in a calculated plot to destroy the plaintiff, which is Jay-Z, high profile reputation. Okay? So this was Jay-Z's lawyer. Jay-Z's lawyer had put out this statement. This is actually not even a statement. Let me correct that. This is actually in the filing of the paperwork. This is what Shapiro, Jay-Z's lawyer, put out in regards to the claims from a Anthony G. Busby, which is the attorney that is representing all of the SA cases against Diddy. I'm gonna say it again. We know there's a lot more to come out. Like I said, Jay-Z does have himself involved in things, and we know this. We can go back real far back or whatever have you. But what's going to kind of like shake the tables is all of these people that are lying. That's how I feel. Like, it's so wrong to sit there and lie and know that you didn't have these experiences. You're taking somebody else's experiences and trying to make it your own, and all just because you want money. Like this, like people don't even realize like money is the root to all evil. And for you to be that greedy, it's crazy. For you to really sit there and congregate and feel comfortable to talk and say that these things happened to you and it did not is sickening. And it goes to show you it's some type of mental shit going on up there too. And I'm going to say it again, Jay-Z will get his just due. He is going to get his just due, as well as P. Diddy, because they were involved in shit. They were. It was a lot. It's a lot of them that's involved in shit that they were not supposed to be involved in. You know what I mean? But it muddies the waters when you got people that are coming in and you have lawyers or you have content creators that's willing to do interviews with people that they know are not telling the truth, or they haven't did their own research, or they haven't asked the proper questions, or they haven't asked for the proper receipts to be able to provide, so that way it's out there. You have the receipts. I can prove what this person is saying, right? This person can literally say, this picture was from 1999 and we were at a college basketball game and whoop de whoop whoop. This picture was and this is like, I don't understand how some of these people, and even when I think about Anthony Busby, like, why would you do this to yourself? And especially being a person that has a law firm, why would you even take up a case like that when you have 120 victims that you're currently representing when it comes down to Diddy, which you can be able to prove because of when his home was raided and the footage that was found and the things that were found within in the baby oil. We're talking about horse tranquilizer shit. We're talking about the GHB. Like, listen, like, why would you try to even pick up this particular case going against Jay-Z if it's not a valid or a strong case that you truly know that you have a chance of proving that this man had involvement in? It just doesn't make sense. You take away from the rest of your victims. So for the life of me, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I don't get it. I would have automatically said I can't take this case. I can't take this case unless I can prove legitimacy on everything that you're saying. Because if I take up this case knowing that it has no legitimacy, then I stand the chance of putting the rest of my victims that have proof, that have evidence. That's why I was able to be filed. I'm literally fucking them over. I'm fucking them over. I don't even know how more to say that. And it's like, okay, you must have been blindsided by more money. I don't even know. I'm guessing it's probably the money. I don't see it no other way. I just don't see it no other way, to be real. But now Jay-Z is all over the media. Like I said, he's standing 10 toes down. He did file. He does feel like he's being extorted. I mean, if I was in his position, I would feel the same way too. I will feel like I'm being extorted, especially if I know whatever is being put out against me not to be true when it comes down to the particular situation and time and date. And the craziest thing about it, just say she said that this took place after the VMA Awards. Now, just say Jay Z has something where he's able to put out and prove that he was not even in the vicinity or around for the after party during the VMA Awards. Just just think about it. Just suppose he has that up his sleeve. That crumbles a lot of the credibilities of the victims, believe it or not. I see they say NFL is trying to drop Jay-Z. He knows he's going to affect a lot of listen, it's going to affect a lot of his money. He had Kendrick Lamar getting ready to perform for the NFL. Um I do think Jay-Z he's been losing though. He's been losing a lot of little endorsements. Him and Beyonce. It's things that they don't talk about. They don't really put out on the media the losses that they have been taking, but they have been taking a lot of losses. And I'm sure that they will based on everything that has been coming out. You know what I mean? It's been a lot been coming out. And of course, Jay-Z knew it was coming. He already knew it was coming. That's why I believe you look at him and he's a very smart man. I think he prepared himself for what was yet to come because he knows that he had a lot of ties with Diddy. And I'm sure they contacted him because let's keep it real. Like the FBI don't investigate you for a couple of months or a year. The FBI could be investigating you for 10, 15 years, watching your every move, your everyday move, what you eat, or breakfast, lunch, and dinner, how much times you use the bathroom. Like they on your ass, watching your every movement for years upon years before they decide to come in and take you down. They go contact your intimate peoples and give them a chance to let them know, like, yo, this is about to go down. Is either you gonna go down with it or you gonna turn federal informant. What you doing? So if you ask me, I know that's why Jay-Z was like, fuck this shit. I'm turning federal informant out here. What we talking about? And let's keep it real. We know the ties that Jay-Z and Diddy had. And we know that Diddy and Jay-Z ties are very close because they got business ties together. And we know that Jay-Z knows a lot of what went down when it came down to the FOs or whatever have you. We know that too. So listen, listen now. I'm just waiting for it all. But I definitely think that Anthony G. Busby made a stupid move. A stupid move. I definitely think it was a stupid move. And I feel like unless he has something that he can come back with to actually prove that Jay-Z had involvement with underage females and he has legitimacy when it comes down to what evidence that he's going to present, this shit right here is definitely going to be a win for Jay-Z, but more or less it's going to be helpful when it comes down to Diddy's case because it definitely shoots down Anthony G. Busby's credibility. I'm not going to front. It definitely shoots it down. So, I mean, we're going to stay tuned, guys. I'm going to keep on following as you guys know, I'm trying to keep myself consistent and updated on everything that's happening. So look forward to me coming back in the building, dropping more news when it comes down to this whole Jay-Z case, because not for nothing, this shit is on fire. The craziest thing about it, I really want to know what Beyonce is feeling, because y'all know they out here calling Beyonce the wicked witch from the west. But they say Beyonce's involved in all type of witchcraft and all types of stuff, and they also state that she knows a lot of what went down when it came down to these FOs. And I think that she may have been also a victim of certain things coming up in the industry. I'm not sure. I'm just stating. But where she is right now in her career and how she got there, it's a long story too. But with that being said, just know we gonna be back in the building. I want to tell you guys, I appreciate you guys so, so very much. To all my subscribers, my butch washers, my replay gang, you guys are the best. And last but not least, my beautiful moderators, I love you guys so, so very much. Always popping in on me, leaving me comments, or just when you guys are in the bushes, because I know you guys be in the bushes. Don't worry, I know, because life be life. And I appreciate you guys so much. And I love, 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 love you guys. I will definitely be back. So stay tuned. Like I told you, I'll be back. I'm definitely going to continue to follow this Jay-Z situation. As more updates come in, I will bring the updates to you. I also will be following other stories. Stay tuned. I have a segment coming up because I definitely want to go into talking about these babies that are being innocently killed, these babies that's being innocently trafficked. And we're gonna go like deep into that. So stay tuned, because I have a personal segment just for that. And I'm telling you guys, it is so much things that we're so unaware of that's just happening to our babies that is crazy. I heard Jamie Foxx is gonna testify against Diddy. Listen, I'm hearing the same thing too. I didn't want to say nothing as yet because I heard it. And some of these things, when you hear it, it's like sometimes it may be like a clickbait. You're just not sure. But remember, Jamie Foxx ended up in a hospital. When Jamie Foxx ended up in a hospital, they stated it had a lot to do with Diddy. Um, I really don't know the ties when it comes down to the Diddy and Jamie Foxx situation, but I do know that, like I said, Diddy name popped up a lot while Jamie Foxx was in the hospital, because it was said that Diddy was the one who was trying to poison Jamie Foxx. But let me tell you, when you think about, even when you hear about Jamie Foxx, let's think about Al B. Shaw. Al B. Shaw damn near stated the same thing. But I'm definitely going to be following up on that also, Sonia. So y'all stay tuned on that. I am trying to literally keep myself updated with so much information. I'm also trying to get better with being able to actually show certain clips of different things. But I don't know what happens, because when I do like a background play without coming live, everything is good. And then when I come live and I do it, it just like, I don't know what happens, is it messes up. I'm going to figure that part out though. Like I said, guys, I love you guys so very much. Thank you for just being a blessing. I am sending peace, love, and light. Make sure, don't forget to go and subscribe to Hollis Voice First Lady OG is Auntie right here on YouTube. Also, go and check out the firstlady.ent.com. You see it right there, right in the bottom of my avatar. Go check out the firstlady.ent.com. And please tell a friend to tell a friend. For those of you who are coming in and that's new, take the time out to hit the up like button or the down like button. Whichever one you choose, I'm fine with. And don't forget, it's okay to leave feedback, good or bad feedback. I accept it all. I appreciate it all. With that being said, subscribe and hit the notification bell so when I go live, you guys will be notified and in the building. I will be back. This is the Odyssey Podcast with your girl Word. We are sending you peace, love, and light again from my family to yours. Nothing but blessings, you guys. You guys have a beautiful rest of the day. And before I leave you guys, I'm going to leave you guys with the song of the day, y'all. Hold on one moment, because you guys might be trying to multitask out here. But I tell you, we got a lot to talk about with this Diddy and this Jay-Z and whoever else is about to be exposed. Thank you, Ma. Love you. Where the truth comes alive from the headlines to the block. She's got her ear to the ground, serving news that's real with a beat and a sound. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. A calm in the storm with that urban kick. She's got style and grace like a journalistic trick. From the heart of the city to the outskirts wild, she captures the world like a camera dial. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. Calm in the storm with that urban kick. She's got style and grace like a journalistic trick. From the heart of the city to the outskirts wild, she captures the world like a camera dial. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. She paints a tape that aren't black or white. In the ink of her stories, there's always some light. No matter where you are, you'll hear her call, echoing the truth, standing tall. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall.